Hey, what up, everyone? I'm Sinnycool, and this is EverQuest Project 1999. And today we're on the green server. Let me get us started here. On the level 51 Shadow Knight in the Crystal Caverns, but we're going to be talking about Project Quarm being back. They're back. They came to an agreement with Daybreak Games about 5 days ago. So I kind of missed it on my Wednesday video. I could have got it on there, but I just didn't. So I might be a little late to the party here, but you're watching something different in the background. You got Thuggish, Ruggish, level 51 Shadow Knight with Trey and his mage going through Crystal Caverns, doing spiders, doing terrors, eventually doing geos maybe. We'll see how long the video is. I'm pretty much just going to read the agreement between Project Quarm and Daybreak, which you've probably already heard before, but you haven't heard my take on it, and you haven't seen this footage before, so it is a little bit different. But yeah, 51 Shadow Knight, Crystal Caverns with the, I think, 51 Mage, maybe? I think we're both like 51. We were trying for Geos again, but end up having to do spiders, terrors, and then geos. So we're just kind of waiting on the camp. We're doing spiders and geos, or spiders and terrors while we wait on the geos. And I think the queen is up. I just asked that person if they were doing the spiders. They just said that they need some silk. So I don't know. We'll see what we do here. You guys will be watching that while I'm reading the agreement that they came to. So I'm going to do that. All right, I got it on my phone here. And I'll talk about how I feel about it and everything. But let's just read it first. I'm not going to put it on the screen. You guys have probably already seen it before. And you can use this as an audiobook, so you don't have to use your eyeballs if you don't want to. You can watch this footage. Kind of just sitting there right now. Maybe I should, I don't know. Probably get into it pretty quick. All right, here we go. Looks like my mic is peeking out a little bit. I hope that's okay. Should be. Well, it always sounds super low. All right, Project Quarm has entered into agreement with Daybreak Games and will fast forward to Lucklin upon its return. Below is an update shared by Secrets, lead developer for Project Quarm. I want to say shout out to Secrets, good job. There's been some other opinions about that out there, but for me, I say good job. We'll talk about it after. We have some exciting news to share with all of you. As some of you may be aware, Project Quarm has been offline for a few weeks now. Taking down the server was performed as a show of good faith to Daybreak Game Company. Following this, we reached out to Daybreak Game Company to discuss our options for an agreement similar to the one Project 1999 had created and began to explore options. As hardcore fans of their games, we have always strived to promote the official game of EverQuest that we all love. We would like to personally thank all the folks at Daybreak for this opportunity. As a result of our discussion, we have entered into a written agreement with Daybreak Game Company, LLC. This agreement formally recognizes Project Quarm as a personal, non-commercial, not-for-profit, fan-based private server and establishes the guidelines that we as a project must follow. This agreement will allow us to continue to update the game without risk of legal repercussions. As a lifelong fan of over 23 years, it is an incredible privilege to have this consideration, and we are honored to share in our love of EverQuest with our community. Project Quarm will also be fast-forwarding the server to Lucklin when it returns. Please stay tuned for more information about the server's return within the coming weeks. Project Quarm is operated solely as a personal, non-commercial, not-for-profit, fan-based private server. Project Quarm is not associated or affiliated in any way with Daybreak Game Company, LLC. Project Quarm contains a number of changes to the base game that makes various changes to the base game of EverQuest through the EverQuest Planes of Power expansion. Some of those modifications, however, were determined to be a step too far for a personal, non-commercial, fan-based private server. As such, we were asked to remove specific items as part of our agreement. These are the following items. Right, so this was all the stuff they were asked to remove as part of their agreement with Daybreak Games. Custom zones, Myria's Domain, Shard of Decay, Plane of Injustice, and Fireclad Ocean. Custom raid encounters, Kati Shah. Custom player, race, and class unlocks. Ixar Rogue quest and their related items, NPCs. Ixar Ranger quest and their related items, NPCs. Wood Elf Beast Lord quest and their related items, NPCs. Barbarian Paladin quest and their related items, NPCs. Frogluck race and their associated graphical updates and illusion items. Features: item tinting, armor fixes. Custom expansion, Terror of Soul, gone completely. Incomplete quest, Kunark Archaeologist. Completing incomplete quests like Unused Purpose of Varsoon, Ixar Cudgel, etc. Addition of Ixar quests similar to that of Cudgel, Shackle for Ixar Rogue, Ranger. We may remove extra additions on request by Daybreak Game Company at any time. As part of the agreement, Project Quarm was asked by Daybreak Game Company to implement a player cap of 1,200 players. Additional players past this point will be placed in a queue. However, we additionally obtained permission to add offline bazaar trading to the game on the launch of the Luckland expansion. Note, players in the offline bazaar do not count against the player cap. That's pretty much the agreement. And, you know, I don't play Quarm. I don't play The Hero's Journey. But I watch people that play. You know, I've got a lot of information from watching the Hero's Journey players that have made videos, Quarm people that have made videos, and just, you know, common sense and all that stuff, and playing P99 and EverQuest for a very long time. So, yeah, my opinion here, it was a good deal. The only thing the worst thing about it, supposedly, is that the player cap of 1,200 players is probably the biggest thing that kind of sucks out of all that. And nothing else that they were asked to remove is really a big deal at all. Sindrith, for example, said none of that stuff. He's never even gone to Miria's domain, Shard of Decay, Plane of Injustice. He said Fireclad Ocean is like the only one that it's like a PvP, like Iceclad. Custom raid encounter, never heard of it, they said. The classes, like the custom classes like Ixar Rogue and Ixar Ranger and Wood Elf Beast Lord, and something you're going to have to live without. It's not that big of a deal. There's so many other class race combos, like who cares, right? If you're able to play again, it's like don't play at all, or don't have a freaking Wood Elf Beast Lord. You know what I mean? Like who cares? Don't have frog locks. So the stuff that they made them remove is not a big deal. Like the reason to play on Project Quarm is for all of the other quality of lives that they did not make them remove, like having a map, being able to toggle hardcore and solo self-found, and there's so many like quality of life things that are not on here that are the reason people are playing Project Quarm. It's not because of, you know, Ixar Rangers and Wood Elf Beast Lords and Froglux and stuff. Nobody decided to play Quarm because of those things. It's because of the many other things that they're still going to be able to do. And all the zones and raid encounters that got taken out, which were very few, are ones that not that very many people, barely anybody does. So no big deal. None of this is a big deal at all, except for the player cap of 1,200 players. And the fact that they're going immediately to Luckland, I think. Which the reason they're going immediately to Luckland is so they can do the bazaar. So they can then have people in the bazaar that don't count towards the player cap. So, but I think it was a good job. I think Secrets did the right thing. Total opposite of like the Hero's Journey, who's thumbing their nose at Daybreak and not, you know, just saying, go ahead and sue us and we'll figure it out in court, instead of trying to make an agreement like this. I think this agreement shows that the Hero's Journey, maybe they actually did the right thing, like the Hero's Journey, because if they tried to make an agreement with Daybreak, it would be this kind of stuff, which is their whole game. So there probably is no way they could have made an agreement at all, especially since they were taking money and taking players and all that stuff. Like Project Quarm's not taking money, you know, not as many players at least, and they were obedient and took down their servers and came to them and tried to make an agreement, which is the total opposite of the Hero's Journey. But, you know, the Hero's Journey, if they tried to make an agreement, probably there's no way they could, because everything they have in the game is custom, and Daybreak would want them to remove pretty much their whole game. So, I don't know, man. But I think Secrets did a good job there. Good job. GG's. The only thing I can think of to even spin it as a way that is not like the best intentions for the whole community is that Secrets didn't want to get sued. It's the only thing I can think of. And who would want to get sued? You know what I mean? So I can't blame them for that, not wanting to get sued. But even if it's just that, it's like you still did the right thing. You're not trying to take the whole emulator community down with you. Now you're in a similar agreement to Project 1999. Just a way to be. That way you preserve your future. Like people playing on Project Quarm want to know that they can, if they're playing their characters, that they're going to be there a year or two from now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now, that they have an agreement. People playing on the hero's journey right now, you're playing characters that might be gone forever in 6 months, a year. It's kind of like you're playing with borrowed time and wasting your time for real. I mean, you might be having fun though, so it is what it is. I'm not saying like go have fun, but it's kind of like making progress in a game and you're never going to get to the final boss because the game is going to be over before you can get there. So have fun while it lasts, I guess, but you're also kind of wasting your time and playing a dead game that's going to be gone soon anyway. So you might like, wouldn't you rather be on a different game that you know is going to be there in 5 years and like build up your characters, build up your plat? Right now you're playing a character that's just stomping all over everything, which I still don't get why people like that, but apparently lots of people like it. There's lots of little brothers out there putting in God mode. Which hey, little brothers, same blood. I'd fight for my little brother, so it's not like I hate y'all or anything. I just don't get it. I'm more of an older brother that doesn't want to cheat, doesn't want to put in the cheat codes and stuff. So I don't hate y'all. It's just similar to that for me. Like you're my little brother putting in God mode on Doom because you don't want to lose. So you know, I think Secrets did the right thing. Some people are saying they did they should have just kept their server up and like all this was kind of for nothing because they weren't going to be targeted anyway. But why risk that? Why do that? And then some people are saying like the entire Project Quarm is gutted now, and I don't even know why a person would watch that person going forward. If they're saying that Project Quarm has been gutted by not being able to play an XR Ranger or a freaking like a Wood Elf Barbarian. They have so many other things, and it's like they don't even know what they're talking about. So I don't know why people even watch this person or like continue to watch their videos if they're gonna say crazy stuff like that. I'll say, you know, I've never played Project Quarm, I've never played The Hero's Journey, but I don't think I've ever said anything super out of pocket like, you know, you can't play XR Ranger, so now you're gonna have to stay in Kelethan forever, which was one of the things they said, which was kind of weird. And that Project Quarm's been gutted by this agreement, and that, you know, Secrets did the wrong thing and stuff like that. It's like total opposite, like saying the grass is blue. And then, like, how can you trust this person going forward with anything else they say if they're telling you the grass is blue? You're never going to hear Sinnycool telling you the grass is blue and, like, standing on it like, I know what I'm talking about. I say I'm not an expert. I haven't played this. I haven't played that. This is what I've heard. I'm reading the agreement off the internet and then giving my opinion, but usually it's not that the grass is blue. You know what I mean? Like, it's somewhere within reality, my opinions. So, you know, I feel like the hero's journey is a dead game that people are playing. You're kind of wasting your time. I mean, have fun while you can, but just know that all the stuff you're building, all the money you're getting, all the progress you're making is probably going to be for naught eventually here in the future. You might as well start playing something like Monsters and Memories if you don't want to play EverQuest. And then the whole other thing is like the whole, I wouldn't be playing EverQuest at all if it wasn't for the hero's journey. Who cares, bro? Who cares? That's what I was saying in my other video before this. Like, then I don't want you, like, who cares then? Go away. Like, you're not an EverQuest person anyway. The only reason you're playing the hero's journey, the only reason you're playing EverQuest at all is because of the hero's journey, and that's the only thing that brought you to EverQuest. Then why do we care? That's like saying I'm gonna quit. You know, like you're on a forum or so. I'm never coming back to this forum again because people are saying this or that. No one ever cares. Go ahead. Don't ever come back. It's like saying that, like taking your ball and going home. No one ever cares. Like, that's just like threatening something that no one actually cares about. Like, I would never play EverQuest at all if it wasn't for the hero's journey. Well, who cares? Like, who cares? I don't care. Daybreak doesn't care. Nobody cares except for you. So you wouldn't be playing EverQuest at all if you couldn't steal and stomp all over everything and play God mode. Who cares, dude? Like, I don't care. Go away then. Nobody wants those type of people around anyway. But anyway, I don't know. Just my take on it. It's probably going to be a shorter video today. Let's see what some of these comments are saying down here. If there's anything, this is on from Reddit. I'll try to link it. Population cap is ridiculous. I mean, that's probably the worst thing out of the whole thing. But then there's going to be, I've heard that there's a lot of people that have mules that are sitting there in the tunnel. And if they are able to, when they're gonna go to Luckland, they're gonna have the bazaar. Those mules that are sitting in the tunnel won't count against the population cap, so it's probably not gonna be as bad as you would think. Like, you might have to sit in a queue for a little bit, you know what I mean? But it's not gonna be like you're gonna have to sit in the queue for a day, or you're never gonna be able to play, or anything like that. Like, I feel like if you have to sit in a queue, it's gonna be for 15 minutes or something, 10 minutes, and then you get to play for as long as you want after that. So I think the most of what I've heard is like Quarm usually sits like 1600 or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but hopefully, that the bazaar takes care of at least half of the overage there. And then if you're part of like 100 people waiting in the queue, people aren't going to keep playing for 24 hours a day. Like, people are probably getting on and off the game all day. So eventually you're going to be able to play, and it's probably not going to take longer than 15 minutes or so. I don't know. I'm just making up a number, but that's what it would seem like to me. And then going straight to Luckland, I don't know, like, is everybody going to be cool with that? I'm not 100% sure on that one, but they kind of have to, so they can do the bazaar thing. But yeah, the population cap is a little bit probably the worst part about it, but it's either that or don't play at all. The servers were down. I love how people complain about something like that, like the population cap, but it's either that or don't play at all. Like, this Project Quarm hasn't been up for however long, and you weren't able to play at all. So, now there's a population cap, but you can play. It's back up. Okay, do you want a population cap, or do you want to, like, not play it at all? Like, that's the two choices right now. So population cap is the better way to go. At least 1,200 people can play. Somebody said, how is this terrible? Cry more about the cap. Guess what? Until this agreement, there was always a noose hanging over the server's head. The server could have been dropped the second secrets got a legal notice at any time. Now we have zero worry about the server disappearing overnight. That's what I'm saying. That's like my whole point here. Now you're cool. If you're playing Quarm, you have an agreement. You can feel confident that all that plat, all those characters, all that progress you made is probably going to be there a few years from now, unless for some other reason they decide to take it down. But at least it's not going to be because of Daybreak now, right? If you're playing the hero's journey, there's a literal lawsuit coming. They're getting sued. They took hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they seem like the type of people. They made an LLC before they did the hero's journey. They seem like the type of people that were at least in it for the money somewhat. So once all their money is taken away, you think they're going to continue to just let y'all play the hero's journey and just keep on keeping it up, I don't know about that one. Plus, even if so, the judge might tell them to shut it down. Getting sued, part of it might be shutting it down, not just giving back the money. So kind of playing a dead game one way or the other. The devs are probably going to lose interest in it now that they can't make money off of it, or the whole game might get shut down for them thumbing their nose at Daybreak and taking it to court, and they're going to lose. I feel like they're going to lose. People make the argument about fair use, and I mean, look at all, like Sendrith said, like, look at all the, like, music and movies and stuff like that. You can't just sit there and play a song and just change it a little bit and make money off of it. You're going to got eventually. Like, sometimes you can change the pitch a little bit, change the speed a little bit. If you only use a certain amount of seconds of it, yeah, you can get by and maybe not get sued or not get demonetized or whatever. But you can't use the entire song and make money off of it and be like getting tons of views and making lots of money. Like, you're gonna, like, that's like it's like making yourself more visible and like making yourself more of a target. So they're using the entire game, not just a tiny bit of it, and they are making lots of money off it and bringing lots of players over. So they might as well be like waving their hands like, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. Like, yeah, you can make a fair use YouTube video looking at someone else's video and put your little picture of your face in the corner and, flash in their video every once in a while. Yeah, but you can't just use their entire video, not transform it at all. Which they transformed it a little bit, but they took the whole game and then they made tweaks to a bunch of stuff to the whole entire game. Like, it's not just a portion of the game. It's not just 15 seconds here, 15 seconds there. They didn't really totally change anything. They just tweak stuff. You know what I mean? Like, nothing is their own creation. It's built on top of like this foundation of somebody else's stuff. In my head, it's like you steal somebody's car. You go out there and you steal somebody's car. You stole their car. You're driving their car around. You put a muffler on it. You put a air intake on it. You put some rims on it. You put some speakers in it. You put a big spoiler on it, a fart can, a sticker on the side. The person says, hey, that guy stole my car. And in your defense, when you're the person that stole the car, is, yeah, but I changed the car. It's not the same car that it used to be when I stole it. You think that would really work in real life? Or do you think you'd get in trouble for stealing the car and the person would get their car back probably? And you're using the car to make money like you're doing DoorDash. And you think that's like the argument from the hero's journey. We changed the game. We changed it. Even though we stole it, and that's the crime. We changed it, though. It's like stealing somebody's car and like changing the car. And then when they accuse you of stealing their car, you don't think you're going to get in trouble? Like, you don't have to give the car back because you put a spoiler on it? Nah, that's not how it works, man. You stole their car. You have to give them back their car. All the stuff you put on it, you're screwed now. Just like playing the hero's journey right now, you're kind of screwed when it's going to be gone forever in 6 months. Like, all the stuff you're doing right now is kind of a waste of time. When you could be playing P99 or Quarm or looking forward to, new MMORPGs or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know how people are so crazy about this and can't see the forest for the trees and like. All right, let's see. It looks like we're on the geos now. We got the camp. It says harsher than I expected, given their history of tolerance with legitimate emulation projects so far. Bad vibe from DBG. Haven't played Quarm since Classic. This erased any desire. I had to hop on Fangbreaker, which I've been seriously considering. People are saying I hate that. That's like we were talking about earlier. Who cares then? You were never going to play anyway. It's like your brother-in-law coming to your door knocking, right? And you're like, oh crap, it's my brother-in-law. I don't want to let him in. He's annoying. So you don't answer the door, right? And then he calls you like 2 days from then. You're like, hey bro, sorry, I was sleeping or I was in the shower. He's like, it's all right, man, but I had like 50 pizzas and that $1,000 I owed you. But if you just opened the door, I would have cooked you steaks and I had a bunch of babes and I had that $1,000 I owed you. But since you didn't open the door, like I'm like, well, where's the $1,000? And I don't have it now, of course. Like, well, where's this? Oh, I don't have that. I ate it all. Where's the babes? Well, they're gone now. We never had it in the first place. They're just trying to say, well, I'm not going to play Fangbreaker now because they're taking away the heroes. You're never going to play it anyway, dude. Liar. Player cap is bad. It's what most people are disappointed about, but still, like, 1,200 players isn't the worst thing in the world. I think maybe Secrets could have negotiated a little bit more. I don't know how it went. That's another thought I had is I wonder if they negotiated at all with Daybreaker, if they kind of just, went with whatever they said. Because when they come with the 1,200 player cap, I bet you they could like counter with 1,500, and then maybe they say, all right, you can do 1,250. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully they countered at least once with like, we actually have this many players. We could do the bazaar and we could go to Luckland, but it'd be much better if you would let us have 1,400 or 1,300 or I don't know if that was a thing or not. It could have been. Maybe that's what they settled on was 1,200. Maybe they were trying to do 1,000 and they settled on 1,200. I don't know. But if I was in their position, I don't know if I would be negotiating either, but it'd be worth a shot. Like, player cap, and I hope that if the server is full, people will sub to. I don't think Daybreak cares that people are playing Quarm. You know what I mean? They care more that there's 6,000 people playing on the hero's journey, and that they're making money off of them. Quarm has pretty much, other than like this is a precedent as to what Daybreak is going to want from the hero's journey. Quarm does pretty much have nothing to do with the hero's journey lawsuit. They just wanted to secure an agreement so they don't get sued and so they don't get taken down and so they have a future because they're seeing what's happening to somebody else. But, you know, it's not like Daybreak was threatened by Quarm ever or P99. You know, they're not threatened by those things. At least not in my opinion. Hero's Journey was much bigger and made much more money, had a lot more players. Can't believe that the original content was removed. That was the most interesting part. I don't know what they're talking about. There's so much other cool stuff on Quarm. It almost makes me want to play it, hearing all the cool stuff that's still there. Glad you worked out something, but they also took so much away. Not really. I want to see the replies to this. All these people, I'm never signing up for a TLP again. You weren't going to anyway. If you're playing the hero's journey, what makes you think they think you're going to play a TLP? You know what I mean? They're just spanking them. They're not really thinking like those players are going to come. They're not really thinking that they're going to do a lawsuit, sue the hero's journey, and now the people that are playing that are going to come play. No, they don't think that. They just don't want somebody else to do it also in the future. Now, if we got like 5 different the hero's journeys out there, and now it's 30,000 people, like they are taking the. I don't know, man. Like I don't think they think those people are going to come back. They just don't want more and more and more and more people coming to the hero's journey. Like now that if they squash it now, people in the future that could have been playing it won't be playing it. That's more who they're worried about. I don't think they're worried about the literal people playing the hero's journey right now. They're worried about like future people that could go over to it. I mean, they might be worried a little bit about some of the people, but like not every single person that's playing the hero's journey would have instead been doing a TLP. They would have been playing P99, they would have been playing Quarm, maybe some of them TLP, but it's not like every single person that's playing the hero's journey, they're expecting to now go sign up and play on Daybreaks. So who cares, man? That's like the brother-in-law coming to your door knocking with nothing and then saying he had pizzas and your $1,000 the next day. Like, no one cares that you're not going to sign up for another TLP. They barely took anything away from Quarm. That's the whole thing with the hero's journey. People are like, Project Quarm got gutted and there's nothing left. There's like, they took away like not even 1% of what was going on Quarm, supposedly, you know? Armor tinting, race class combos that no one cares about, that you have to do a quest to even play. Zones that no one plays in or even really knows about. One raid encounter. What's the crazy stuff that they took away? You can still play the entire game with all the quality of life maps on the screen, toggles for hardcore, toggles for solo self-found, all the just little quality of life things that they do. People are crazy. Now, why would you implement a player cap? Because they don't want like a bunch of people playing on it, I guess. They don't want 6,000 people playing on Quarm. A bad look for all parties. People are nuts on here. This is a good thing. You can play Quarm now. It's just like the people commenting under this are playing the hero's journey and not Quarm. If there were more people that were playing Quarm and then were not allowed to play it for however long and now it's back, those people are grateful and those people would be leaving the comments that I would be interested in. Not like people are never going to play another TLP, aren't playing Quarm, aren't playing P99, aren't even playing on EverQuest. Why do we care about these people that aren't even real EverQuest people? They're like posers. We're looking at all these opinions of a bunch of posers. I don't get why people think, like, all these comments are about how bad of a deal it is and shooting themselves in the foot and stuff like that. Half of these people probably have never even played Quarm to know that that's barely anything. The only thing is the player cap. That's it. Just play at a different time of day. Or sit in the queue for 15 minutes. You wouldn't have signed a live LOL, why you lying? Yeah, that's a good comment. That's the truth. None of these people would be playing on live at all. There's going to be all these comments, all these useless comments of, I'm never playing live again. I'm never going to give Daybreak any money. You weren't anyway, bro. You never were going to anyway. Deep down in your heart, you know you were never going to do that anyway. So why are you saying that? So stupid. You're getting back at them. Dickwad69 is never going to play live. I'm never signing up for a TLP again. Dickwad69. Who cares? Dickwad. How many dickheads are now going to be permalogged? Maybe they could put something like you can't be online for more than 24 hours or something. That's a good point. 1,200 DBG bots. Daybreak game bots. That's funny. At least they're being funny, and you're not saying, well, now I'm never ever gonna. Even though you were never ever gonna anyway. Like, that's stupid. Well, now I'm never gonna go to space. You know what I mean? Now I'm never gonna sell my Lamborghini. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? Yeah, some people are like, why did secrets kind of almost make themselves a target by taking down their server and then looking for an agreement for the future is the answer. Some people are like, you weren't even a target, you're doing this for no reason, why are you doing this? Some people don't want to be like the hero's journey. Some people have like morals and they don't want to be like stealing something. If they're able to make an agreement and they don't have to hide in the shadows and be a thief, and you have like morals and stuff like that, and you're thinking about more than just yourself, and that's why you would make an agreement. That's why you would take down your servers. I know it's hard for some people to even think about because you're busy. Like, if I'm getting away with it, then it's okay, and I'm going to keep doing it. Oh, that's the type of person you are? Okay, that's cool. So you're going to just keep doing it if you're getting away with it. So if you're cheating on your wife, you're just going to keep doing it until she catches you, and it's okay. And well, you're going to go, well, why did you tell so-and-so? Because it's the wrong, it's like, why'd you stop doing that? Because it's the wrong thing. You're not supposed to be doing that. That's why. Not because, oh, you're never going to get caught. Why'd you stop doing it? Yeah, that's why I'm shooting up every day. I'm never going to get caught, so I'm going to just keep doing it. Anyway, and all the stuff about like hiring people from these emulators, like, it's probably never going to happen. It's like hiring the enemy almost. I mean, I don't disagree with that. Like, it might, but I don't think they will for real. Like, hire somebody from the hero's journey or hire secrets, or I don't think that's ever going to happen. You know what I mean? And they probably don't even like something like they might not even want to be hired. I don't know, but oh, that's my thoughts on it. Probably went a little bit too long, 30-something minutes. Was there anything else I wanted to say? There's some crazy videos out there. If I was going to direct you anywhere else, check out Sendrith, like I've been saying. He's played Project Quarm, and he's deeper in the weeds than I am on all this stuff. And then check out Thomas Van. Thomas Van played the hero's journey, loved the hero's journey. He's one of y'all, except for